There's a look at the Scarlets back live here at Tottenham Field, Mankato West High School. Mayo 4-0, Mankato West 4-0. Mankato West ranked number 1, a position they've held well since the championship game.
Okay, just make an absolute.
There you go. The beginning of time, possibly. It's been Mark Esch has done a phenomenal job here, and I think this year, it's even a more robust job because lost so many good seniors last year on that championship team, and having to do with a lot of injury as we've seen so far. Also, a younger core group. These guys now are having to take on the mantle, as they say.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, a young quarterback to begin with in Zach Anixtad. He's injured. He's out tonight. We're not entirely sure what the injury is. We wish him a quick recovery. But here we go with the opening kickoff, lining up, ready to rock this game.
Kickoff by the Spartans, and we're ready to go from Mankato West. Terry takes it at the 15, cut back to the 20, to the outside, 25, 30, 35, 40, near the Mankato West sideline, and the Scarlets will start 1st and 10 outside the 40, and we'll get to see Robbie Meidel out there at quarterback.
You will take that return, Jason, at least 20 out of 20 times. It was a fantastic return, great field position. We'll see if they can capitalize going into this drive.
Ball marked at the 37. West ball, 1st and 10.
Shotgun, no back set. Proving me wrong.
Terry now, and the snap to Meidel is low, and the Scarlets have a procedural call, I believe, coming up here.
Yep, back it up 5 yards. Not what any drive wants to see in the opening play of the game, but kind of going back to that ball security, those snaps,
right,
handoffs, all these things you usually take for granted. We'll see how they start adjusting.
There you see our linebackers for Mayo as they take a direct snap. Meidel hit at the line of scrimmage, gets about 2 or 3 yards, but still going to be 2nd and about 13. He'll give him about 2 yards.
We have a substitution coming in. Jacob Dale going out. Justin Kurtz going in, so maybe adding a little bit of size, taking away a little bit of speed, see how it works out here for West.
Niels goes in motion now to Meidel's left. Give to Van. Van hit at the line and push back. Penetration, like we said, that's Mayo's calling card, and they have put the Scarlets down a 3rd down situation.
And it's one of those things where you think about penetration, and often you think rushing the passer, you think getting sacks. But it's also with that run game, it's backing the whole offensive line up, getting a lot of pressure, and as you saw there, hitting the running back before he even hits the line of scrimmage.
Just underway here for Mankato West. 10:40 on the clock. Scarlets on a 3rd and 14 from the 35. 3 wides to the near side. Meidel will throw it, and can't make the catch. Incomplete. 4th down and a Scarlet punt coming.
Real aggressive defense on that first set of plays there from Mayo coming out.
Brock Anixtad, the intended receiver. Of course, Zach having the start off here tonight due to a tough injury. DeFore with the kick. It's short and bouncing at about the 30. Mayo now returning it. And down near the Spartans 45-yard line. They'll mark it short of the 45. As we saw Zach Wolf get the return.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Mayo offense. They're a pretty well-balanced team. Their quarterback has had a pretty good season. Their running back as well. Pretty good season. Quarterback. Trajan Grimrud, of course.
I think the officials are getting set up here. They'll start 1st and 10 at the 41.
Sends a man in motion. Grimrud takes the snap.
Oh. And he's off.
Showing a little fancy feet in the backfield. Love to see that. Looked like West had 2 free rushers on that play, Jason. I don't really know what happened with the blocking scheme, but it somehow worked out.
Grimsrud gets to the 46. Apologize there. Ball right on top of the West logo. They'll say ball at the 46 on the run. Grimsrud hands it off. Sweep left. Tackled at the 50 near the first down marker. That was Greg Henry. Henry getting a bulk of the carries for Mayo.
3rd and 1 for the Spartans.
Going to be very close, about the length of a yard. They need to get past midfield into Mankato West territory. Break it out and see what they run here, what set they're going to run anyway.
Still going with the spread.
Near sideline is McCarty. Handoff, 1st down run.
He's got it.
In the pile.
Greg Henry, the ball carrier.
Henry 1st down run and a 1st down for Rochester Mayo here. This will be down to the Mankato West 47. For West, tough game against John Marshall. John Marshall has always given them some fits the last couple years, just stylistically, but came out of that one with a pretty comfortable win at the end a couple weeks ago. Last week, a more comfortable win. There goes Henry, cut back to the middle, and the Scarlets are on top of it. Maybe a 2-yard gain.
Looked like he might have slipped a little bit. We've talked a little bit about the field conditions, but they're absolutely wet. The field is wet. The field is slippery.
They'll say this is at the Scarlet 46. But Aaron, there's wet in September and there's wet in October or November when you're playing later on in the season. The ground is still pretty robust, as we've been saying, and not too many chunks yet. Important play here. 2nd down and 9 at the 46. Play clock down to 1. Direct snap to Henry. He goes to the outside. He's got room. He's to the 35. Flag down.
Penalty flag on the field.
It's probably will go against the Spartans here.
Forcing the ball carrier out, number 28, Thomas.
And what it looked to me was on that little motion ball fake got the West defense to twinge just enough so that he got a little room on the other side, on the right side.
Illegal shift on Mayo.
Illegal shift against the Spartans. We'll back them up 5.
So that ball fake that I was just talking about, Jason, ends up biting in the butt when you do it incorrectly. Saw it right there. Back it up 5 yards, 2nd and 14. Never a place you want to be.
It is, as they go back into Mayo territory. Man in motion, Motley. And there goes Greg Henry. Henry on the carry.
And that was one of those plays where old coach was like, you guys executed that incorrectly. We're going to run the same play again. And this time we're not going to incorrectly motion any of our players. And it ended up working out pretty well.
Be third down and less than 5 at the 40-yard line of the Scarlets. No score early on, 7:44 on the clock. 4 wideouts for the Spartans here. And Henry to the outside has a first down inside the 35 to the 30. And inside the 30 to the 26.
And again, the same play again, Jason. 3 times in a row. Switching up sides every time. I think Mayo's found something that's really working for them. They're finding a spread, and they're finding Henry getting to these edges through the motion. Will they go a 4th time? That's the big question.
Need the light off?
Well, it'd be better, but I was going to see if we could get this one on.
I'll shut it
Line
off
up,
now.
Henry. 4 wide receiver set. Man in motion.
There you go. And that's what you want. You always want more than one guy wrapping up the ball carrier.
Absolutely. That's one of those cases, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 4 times,
Find out in there.
and they sniffed it out.
Charlie Schwartz, Peter Haley, Brandon
I think the Spartans here need a few more different plays.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line. There he was, running right into the line, and again, the Mankato West defense. He still doesn't want to go down.
Yeah, it's an interesting pistol set that they've been using when they don't have an empty backfield there. Going with one running back and the one running back to the right of the quarterback.
3rd down and 10 at the 25 now.
So you can still get that shotgun set while allowing your running back to get a little bit of a head of steam.
And there's the toss. A Grimsrud to the corner. It's incomplete. Good one-on-one coverage there. Trying to go for broke there as they try to hit Mitch McCarty.
Maybe also trying to establish a little bit of a downfield presence, something they haven't done quite yet in this game.
4th down, 8 to go for the Mayo Spartans here. On the wet field, they're going to go for it. Inside the 30.
Man in motion, as we've seen.
Trajan takes the snap. Oh, and he had a little trouble with the ball. Gets back there, recovery. Pass caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Mayo Spartans. It's McCarty with a great catch. Howard, he turned straw into gold there.
It may have been the Midas touch. It may have been some other form of wizardry. But he wasn't even ready to get the snap, Jason. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
And he stood there. It was almost literally a Statue of Liberty play. As he stands there, looks around, and then rolls to his left. McCarty got open and beat him to the corner, and it's 6-0 Spartans here.
It's one of those things where he tricked us enough. It probably fooled the West defense a little bit, where they weren't quite as prepared as they would have been normally. Extra point up and good. 7-0 Spartans. Get in this one. 5 minutes, 38 seconds left in the quarter.
And we'll be back.
Tristan Wentworth to kick off for Rochester Mayo. CJ Terry and Van Niels deep for the Scarlets.
And we're back live here at Mankato West. The kickoff by the Spartans. They lead at 7-0.
It was a bit of a short kick there. Jake Dale tried to take it out of the air, actually. Ended up bumbling it, picking up a few yards. Still not great starting position for Mankato West, however. We're sitting on the 30-yard line.
First and 10, and Rob Meidel coming out. We said, though, Terry and Niels will have to make a concerted effort here tonight. First play from scrimmage on this drive. Spinning is Van Niels. He gets across to the 34. Second down coming up for the Scarlets. Under the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Tackle on the play by number 56, Colton Bowie.
Very run heavy thus far, as to be expected from a new quarterback in wet weather.
And a flag.
Big jump by number 55, Jonathan Lorang. He was a bit too excited to sack the QB there, and got him with the hard count, making it a nice and easy 2nd and 5 for the Scarlets.
Yes.
Dead ball offsides against Rochester Mayo.
Mayo having getting jumpy on that particular play. And you mentioned it might have been part of the hard count as well. The Scarlets have a second and very short. Second and about 1. Shotgun. Nails to the left. And Meidel changes the play. Alley set again. Low snap and confusion. Pass to the outside, complete near the first down marker, and made a good diving catch, Dawson Cooper. It's going to be short, though, of the first down. That's about as close as you can get to not getting a first down on a passing play.
Also an excellent stop on the play. Number 83 for Mayo, Ethan Solowish.
Third and short. Draw up the middle. Diving. The Spartans really get him down close, but it's going to be enough for a first down. They get across the 41-yard line. And this time, Meidel calls his own number. It's just a question of how did the Scarlets play from behind here? You know, and you're only down a touchdown, but you're on your home field. You want to get that back quick. First and 10. Scampering through the left side is Van Niels. And I was going to say, you know, one of our keys to the game, Charles, Terry, and the van.
And we're hoping that the Scarlets will be able to fit everybody on the van for these next few drives. Because I'm just not seeing the passing game being a big factor yet for the Scarlets.
It has been for Mayo, right? Obviously, the downfield presence is going to have to be worked on if you're the Scarlet defense. And a trap left side and nothing. Spartans there. Middle linebackers galore. It seems like they have about 6 middle linebackers on Mayo.
Yeah, they're
even
fast.
though they're playing in different positions, they're to the ball right away.
Yeah, they're very fast. They've been playing very aggressive. I've been quite impressed by the Mayo defensive play so far here.
2:30 to go here in the first. Third and 6. from the 46 here. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Meidel, man in the slot, caught, 15, 10, 5, down inside the 5. Big time catch, and it was Carter Burrows. And they open up the passing game there. Burrows gets inside to the 2. What a play. What can you say?
And we kept asking, we're like, can Robert throw? How far can he throw? I think you just answered the question right there, and a giant strike to Burrows. Just barely getting taken down before the end zone there.
Well, again, he had the coverage. He went into the slot and made the catch. And now the Scarlets, with 2:11 to go here, the ball is dead. Are they going to wipe the ball? Maybe they had to exchange the footballs.
Yeah, at very least, wipe it off, like you said. Just
all right, everybody's set here. From the 2, Scarlet's looking to make the equalizing score here. Clock running at 2:05. Meidel trips on the left side, dives into the end zone, and the ball is loose. And we'll see if the Scarlets recovered in the end zone. They did. It's a touchdown, Mankato West. A few heart-pumping moments there.
you could see it in the crowd. You could see it absolutely in the crowd. You take a big breathe in. It was like, oh.
So officially in the books, it goes as a fumble recovery for touchdown by Rob Meidel from the 2-yard line. You've seen it all in the annals of football there.
I think Rob Meidel there just wanted to score a touchdown in a different way than usual.
7-6. And we're tied, 7-7, as the force kick is good. 7-7 Spartans and Scarlets from Tottenham Field. Back after this on Digity. The Scarlets get that big play, and it was Burrows making the catch. And Burrows is going to have to be your second receiver behind Annexstad here on that offense right now, and he came through and a timely catch to give them the space and the distance.
Great throw by Robert Meidel too, man. Getting down there, giving your wide receiver a chance, and on point.
Kickoff coming up. And it's Tyler DeFore. Mayo has 2 deep. And the whistle blows. Did someone go offside on Mankato West here? Stop the play. On the kickoff, these are the type of things that drive coaches absolutely insane. Offside on a kickoff, it happens, but guys, they practice this, and you have had that firsthand experience. Special teams, some of these guys, this is their only shot out on the field, and if you're making those type of mistakes, that's not going to help your cause.
Well, it's usually sophomores, freshmen, juniors. It's underclassmen that are really excited to get going and get into the game.
So West will have to kick off from the 35. They do. It's short to the 20. Ball loose on the ground and picked up as Henry scrambles around and just tries to hold on for dear life. He'll get the ball out to about the 26. First and 10 for Mayo. 7-7 our score.
28, Thomas Yokio.
Jason and Aaron here on Digity and also KTV Bethany, our cable access partner in the Mankato area.
Yeah, they came on down, asked us for our commentary, and we bestowed it, of course.
First play from scrimmage here on this drive, and a bunch of red on top. No gain as Henry takes it to the outside. Then they say Brandon Marsh. I saw Brandon Marsh's, I believe, his grandfather talking to him a little bit prior to, as he said, just put a sign down. And I'm not going to say what he said, but it was a pretty funny comment coming from him. We're going to put our radio sign down. Minute 10 to go. Hand off to the left. No push there, and only out a gain of 1. Gets out to the 27 or 28-yard line.
Yeah, the Scarlets have had uniforms on Henry this drive. He ran all over him first drive. I think it was about maybe 90-95% of Mayo's yards were from that young man. But now, we're on him. The Scarlets have been all over this run game. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of the passing downfield game we saw on drive 1.
38 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action from Tottenham Field in Mankato. Now he sends 4 wide receivers, and in the shotgun is Grimsrud, and the play clock died. Is that a timeout?
Timeout, Rochester Mayo.
It is. Timeout Mayo. We're going to take a break and be back after this.
Only in the forest can you see this.
Clear.
Yeah, Henry's taking a lot of snaps. A lot of snaps.
Grimsrud?
Or, no, the running back.
Right.
From Grimsrud,
I
yeah.
didn't know it could do that. Because one trip to the forest can spark a world of difference.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours and discover the forest.
Was it Mayo, though, that officially scored on that last drive?
I'm not sure.
Discover
Yes.
It was, okay. I just wanted to double check.
fishing or camping. Or create your own adventure with family and friends. Might just use.
At least you got appearance to the official who grabbed the football.
Okay, gotcha. I couldn't see anything at the bottom of that pile, so. Okay.
So one of them get it.
Okay, gotcha.
7-7 back here at Mankato West. Crucial third down here in the first quarter. Time running out. Grimsrud rolling. Hit as he throws. It's short and incomplete, but he was trying to get it to midfield. But the defender for the Scarlets, Terry, knocks it away, and pressure up front as well. So really the Scarlets, both sides, the pressure and the coverage, gets them into a fourth down here.
Really tough to defend. Or really tough to complete a pass, and with guys in your face and with coverage.
19 seconds left, and the punting unit out for Mayo. Anixtad back, high snap, but he recovers. Got it past Terry. Fair catch, Anixtad near the 50 at the 48 of Mankato West. First and 10 Scarlets with just a few ticks left here in the first quarter. So, touchdown was the pass as Meidel hit, or excuse me, sorry, it was from Gransrud
First and 10, Scarlets.
in the first drive. Mitchell McCarty. The Scarlets counter on the next drive and get the ball down to the 2. Meidel lost control but recovered it in the end zone and got a touchdown there. Now Meidel back out for the Scarlets here. Handoff Niels, big hole through the middle to the 40. He's to the 35 of the Spartans. That just opened up and there was a crack and he took it. First down.
Tackle on the play by number 7, Cooper Raymaker, and that's a Mankato West.
A gain of 18, but explosive plays right now. Mankato West 2, and if you count that touchdown, it's like a 2-1 as the first quarter ends. 7-7, a very nice competitive first quarter. That's what we expected here. We'll take a break and be back after this on Digity and KTV. We start the second quarter of action. Scarlet switch sides and a whistle blows once again. And Mark Esch wants to call timeout. We'll stay here though, Aaron. Just kind of synopsis of that first quarter.
Big plays.
It was.
Boom. That's it.
Try that again.
Big plays.
There you go.
That's all you can say. It was one of those things where both teams seemed like they were kind of clamping down, but they broke out big passes, of course, on both sides, just for Mankato West to set up the touchdown, and then Mayo for the touchdown, and then the little bit of the bobble recovery for Mankato West touchdown.
Well, again, you have to
Robert
credit Mayo for making the strip initially there. Almost had it back, but ball slippery. Meidel fortunate to get it back and score.
And we will try to punt this ball one last time here.
So here's a draw straight up the middle. Meidel has some space. Twisted down. It's going to be around the 30-yard line of Mayo here underway in the second quarter. You had that huge run as Niels took it from the 48 down to the 35. But as you look outside here, it's drizzling, but it's not the steady rain that we had earlier this afternoon.
No, it's not. It really seems to be drying out a little bit here as the game goes on.
Handoff, Van trying to get out of the leg tackles there. Makes it a third down, about 3. Just underway here in quarter number 2, 7-7 Spartans and Scarlets. And a healthy crowd here tonight for Parents' Night.
Yeah, the rain hasn't really seemed to deter very many people. We saw people out as early as an hour before the game when we got here, already picking out their spots and laying down their Mankato West chairs.
Busted up play, great job inside on Niels. Forces the Scarlets into a fourth down situation, and that was Lorang there. Twisted, turned, and put Van down.
I think we're going to be hearing that guy's name a lot. He's been in a lot of plays. He's been in a lot of plays in the Scarlets backfield tonight.
Mark it again at the 30, so a loss of 2 officially on that play. 4th down, and Marquesh going to go for it about mid-range. 4th and 4. Mayo looking to the left now. Barks out signals, and Robbie takes the snap. It's low, but he has time. Throws outside the shoulder of Neal's, incomplete. 4th down turnover, and the Spartans will get it back. But that is a classic Marquesh play call, and it didn't work out. 1st and 10 Spartans.
I really think that's a 4th down you got to go for, though.
Absolutely.
There's, it's out of range of a field goal, or at least probable range of a field goal. And if you don't get it just like there, it's not the worst field position in the world to start a defensive series.
Shotgun formation as the Spartans start. Man in motion. And the direct snap goes to Henry. Sweeps to the outside across the 35. Near the Mayo sideline to the 37-yard line.
And I keep mentioning this, but I don't know, is this the only play they have out of the direct snap to Henry set? Because it's the only one I've seen for about a quarter and a half.
Oh, and now a Mankato West Scarlet having some difficulty getting up, and we'll step aside here as we sort things out. 7-7 our score here in quarter number 2.
There he goes. He needs to be on the sideline by you guys. Somebody remind him. You can't have a 1 or 20 minutes.
Dawson Cooper, the injured Scarlet, on his way back. So, injuries obviously on a wet field are going to be a little more prevalent, possible anyway.
A lot more slipping around, a lot of sliding. When you don't have your solid base under you never know what can happen.
Traction's key. 2nd down. And they fake to the outside as Henry hit at the first line, and then a second line of Mankato Scarlets come up to about the 40, but I think he might have got enough push to hit the first down.
Tackle on the play by number 54, Trevor Pinto.
Let's see. Yes, it is a first down.
That's good for Rochester Mayo.
But now it looks like the way it's going right now, the Scarlets are not going to make it easy for Mayo the rest of the game. After that first drive, they've really had to buckle down, and the defensive coordinators have probably said something and said, hey, you know what, we've got to make sure we can cover all angles here. Henry straight up, taking a lot of those direct snaps. But there's something about watching football and seeing the guys with the mud. John Madden, the commentator, used to talk about mud in the helmet, grass in the helmet, those type of games. And he's like, those are the games I really like because that is football. And in a way you can say that too. I think the guys, if you're out there, you really like playing around in this stuff, in the back of your mind, in your heart. Injury-wise, obviously not, but when you're just out there playing, these are kind of the nice nights.
Yeah, absolutely. You never see how really dirty you get as we see some jumping off sides there, but you never see as how dirty you really get until you play offensive line in 8th grade on a football team because there's dirt everywhere. There's dirt inside of your pants. There's dirt inside of your jersey. There's dirt in places that you wouldn't even understand how it got there, but there it is.
Penalty against the Spartans, loss of 5. So that puts them a little bit further back here, back to the Spartan 39. On the penalty. And again, there's another thing with the sloppier field, penalties. You know, you lose your balance, that's it. You're not recovering as quickly. And we've seen that a few times on the early jumps. Grimsrud going to drop back, looks to the left side. One-on-one coverage. Had McCarty, but McCarty kind of travailing out of bounds, incomplete. And again, I think if you're the corner on against a McCarty, you want to force him out to the sideline as much as possible. Make that a tougher window for Grimsrud to throw it.
Defending on play, number 81, Annexstad.
Yeah, that was some excellent coverage by Annexstad. He was all over him. Got up there, contested. You know, that's pretty much all you can do for the majority.
3rd and 11, with 8 minutes plus on the clock. Here in the second quarter, we're tied at 7. Grimsrud, a little screen over the middle. Complete, pushing his way and not getting much. And dragged down the receiver, Caleb Maris. The tackler, Frericks. So,
real good tackle by Hunter there. Kept his feet driving all the way to the sideline, something that coaches always love to see.
Right. So with that, it'll be 4th down. And a punt underway here just a moment. They had to replace the football again. I guess that would be a thing I'm kind of questioning about is why the game balls aren't more readily available here for these officials. It's really slowing the pace of the game down. But they'll punt. 4th and 8, the 42. Triple protection there for the punter. Oh, it's a high snap. Botched. Back at the 20. And he's hit as he punts the ball. It only goes past the line of scrimmage. And it ends up being a net about 3-yard punt. It's at the Mankato the Spartans 45.
How did he get that punt off, Jason? I don't have the slightest idea. He had crimson all over him. Good job. Props to the punter there.
Well, we say it every week. The kicking game in high school, not very refined. You try your best with what you have. Sometimes you get guys from soccer, to come over and play a game night. 7:24. Mayo deep down the center of the field. Again, Burrows with the catch. This has been the Rob to Carter show so far. First down, West. Down to the 14. "31-yard pickup," and again, finding the middle of that seam. And I think when the Spartans go for that blitz, not returning back the linebackers, can't recover in time. Scarlets now have a good opportunity inside the red zone here. 7:04 still on the clock. 1st and 10. Give to Niels, broke the first tackle, gets to the outside, and he's upended. And it'll be a 2nd down, but getting closer to that goal line, Aaron, are the Scarlets.
Yeah, Neil's got a little bit of space there. Flipped over and a bit of wrestling fashion there.
Yeah, a little suplex action, right? Oh, low snap again, and we're seeing some snaps as Niels gets the ball somehow, drives past the first down marker, and he's inside the 5 for a first down. Got to the 3.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of long snap issues.
And it's key with both teams in the shotgun That snap has to be on. I mean, you're mid-season now, a little after mid-season, and these are the type of things that need to be shored up, I think, from both sides. And yes, you can say, oh, the ball's wet, the ball's wet. Sooner or later, that's going to not be a valid excuse. Scarlet's now in good spot. This is near where they scored a good pass to the outside. Throw to the end zone. Complete touchdown, Mankato West. Mayo to Annexstad, and it's 13-7 Scarlets. And that comes at 5:57. Extra point coming up by DeFore. And as you saw in our camera shot, DeFore coming up for the extra point. Stop of the play. Well, you see that little delineation there on the camera. Well, the lights have been turned on inside the press box, so getting a little bit of that feedback.
That is not a ghost, we promise you. It may look it slightly, but
Offsides on the Spartans. I just say do away with any penalties like that on the extra point. Just say, hey, you know what? If it's against the defense, 1 point. If it's against the offense, retry. But if it's a defensive penalty,
you think just give it to them?
Give it to them or allow them to go for 2. I don't think that's ever going to change, but it's a little closer attempt now. High snap, but he gets it down. DeFore's kick is good. And we're here in the second period with 5:57 to go. Scarlets 14, Spartans 7. We'll keep it right here. But still a lot of time here in the first half, and if the Spartans can actually make a couple connections, they'll be right back on their end of the field.
Yeah, it's still, as much as it feels like the Scarlets have really been in complete control of this quarter, it's still only a one-score game. 14-7, Mankato West. And as you said,
right.
Plenty of time. 5 minutes, 57 seconds. Tyler DeFore lining up for the kickoff.
I think a lot of this drive will hinge on the Mayo return as well. So we'll see. As Henry goes back. Quentin Chapman also deep for the kickoff here. Scarlet scoring to make it 14-7. Chapman from the 10, straight ahead, now cut to the middle. Has room. He's to the 40, he's to the 45. Great return, and like we said, this is going to be crucial for Mayo here as they round out the half.
Yeah, good call, Jason, on that return.
Once in a while. 5:49 to go, and they'll start 1st and 10 from the 46. Marked just outside the 47. The officials waving their arms again. Now they're ready. Motley in motion. And too much motion.
Yeah, it looked like they were setting up for their favorite play of the night. The direct snap to Henry with a motion fake, and then a sweep.
I'll hold it up just a bit here. Still 5:48 to go, and the Scarlet's up. Shotgun. And it's Henry through the first wave, but then the Scarlets come back and on top. Down near the 45. Brandon Marsh down there on the tackle.
Tackle along with Brandon Marshall. Zachary Jakes.
Mark it shy of the 45 to 44. Mankato West holding on to that number 1 ranking in 5A against the Spartans. A good start to their season, 4-0, and really been very competitive so far in this first half. Flag down near the direction of holding as Henry cannot find anything, and the Scarlets defense has really picked this play up really strongly here.
You know, it's one of those things where, at least to me, Rochester Mayo is looking really one-dimensional on offense. They're really sticking to multi-receiver sets with either direct snaps or handoffs to Greg Henry. And, you know, it worked on the first drive, but, you know...
Yeah, it did set up that touchdown pass to
Yeah.
McCarty, but...
It absolutely did, but now it seems like the Scarlets are all over these plays, so...
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist against the Spartans.
This is going against Mayo, and it's a big one.
Illegal block below the waist, I believe, is what we're hearing.
So much about player safety is key when you're officiating in a game, in a high school game, and those are the ones that the officials are going to look for. Sometimes, you know, as they say, the holding maybe away from the play doesn't get called as much, but when you see something like that and you recognize it, that flag's coming out. There's just no questions, no questions asked. It's a player safety thing, maleficent or not.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something you're seeing on every level of football these days. You know, NFL looking at it. You see kickoff changes. We're seeing, you know, you can hardly touch quarterbacks anymore, on or off the field, as we saw with the Tom Brady Deflategate incident. Do you have any big opinions on that, Jason? Was that?
Well, I think a lot of people have the opinion that the Patriots are kind of the spoilers of that regard, the con artists in the game. But as the throw is getting to the near side, McCarty's open, and he just out of his fingertips. Tried to lead him with the pass, and incomplete.
Inches. That was inches, Jason. And, you know, it's one of those things going back to this Deflategate issue is people are thinking that the NFL is just too afraid of getting sued to make, you know, player suspensions because of all the bad PR, all of the time and money wasted.
Third down and a long way to go. 3rd and 27. That would have been a good way to pick it up, for sure. So now a shotgun again for Grimsrud. And he's pressured now. Now he steps back, has room over the middle. McCarty knocked away. And a great job by the Scarlets to go again one-on-one coverage. And Dalvang with the knockaway. And Coach Esch really taking a gamble with the one-on-ones, but makes it work.
And that is the second time that Mitchell McCarty had the ball in his grasp. He had his fingertips on it, just not quite close enough for the conversion.
And they'll have to punt. 4th down, 27 officially. 4.5 minutes to go. This punt is pretty good. Annexted lets it bounce near the Spartan sideline into Mankato West territory. The ball is down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Scarlets.
Down by number 15, Zachary Wolf at the 45-yard line.
But now, 4:22. I was going to say 5:57 to 4:22. That gives Mankato West time now to push the ball down. Not the best in clock management, I guess what you'd say for Mayo.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you get so into having the entire clock to work with to get this score. You're like, oh, we have plenty of time. You're not thinking about going back the other way.
Meidel hands it off. Van with the carry. He's to the 49.
Yeah,
There'll be a second down coming
up.
up.
What a fantastic name, by the way, for a rock and roll artist. Van Niels coming at you with Meat Grinder. If Van Niels was the lead singer of a band, it would definitely be called Meat Grinder. I don't know if that's...
You would call it Meat Grinder.
I would absolutely call it Meat Grinder.
Second down and about 6. Meidel throws short. Burrows the intended receiver. Again, there's the slant into the slot, in the seam, whatever you want to call it. No good there, and I think Mayo has wised up a little bit, and they sent a little bit more protection there in the backfield defensively. Because it did look, it was basically a zone coverage, and now all of a sudden you're dropping back and you're putting 2 men on him. So third down for the Scarlets and a flag down.
Not sure who this is on. To wait momentarily for the...
It's a Scarlet penalty or against... No, it's offsides. It's going to be a tight one, but I think they have enough. We'll see. Third down and just shy. Okay.
Very short yard here. More of several inches, I would say.
But it does change the complexion of the play here. Spartans are being penalized left and right. Meidel.
He got it.
He just pushing himself got across to the 45 of the Spartans. Back on the other side of the W. 3.5 minutes to go here from Tottenham Field in Mankato, 14-7 Scarlets. Rob Meidel, the quarterback for Mankato West, looking to his left, looking for Annexstad on the left side, double teamed, and he almost came down with it near the 10. Wow. They sent the safety as well defensively, and it would have been a spectacular catch. Didn't come down, though.
Yeah, pretty good deep throw by the quarterback there, Robert Meidel. He's showing a bit of a prowess. I might even go as far as to say, bit of touch on these deep balls.
Well, the quarterbacks for West, starting, Zach, and we'll get to Meidel in a second here as a play. Niels, nice takedown in the backfield, no gain. But you had to follow 2 of the best Mankato West quarterbacks ever in the graduating Cedars. You had Philip Nelson a few years ago, and Schlichty going to MSU. So obviously those 2 guys in the record books for Mankato West, and
yeah, big shoes to fill.
And you say that, but there's some truth to it. So obviously, but these guys have to carve their own niche now for Mankato West. Meidel, 3 on the play clock, has a throw to the right. It is caught by Annexstad. First down near the sideline. Got pushed out. It's a completion and a first down for Mankato West. Scarlets will keep the chains moving. Down to the 32. 17 on the gain. 2:35 on the clock. So the Scarlets now trying to go for that red zone again.
Again, setting up in the shotgun set.
Niels, spin move to the middle, and he has a Mankato West first down once again. Did you see that little nifty spin move in the middle of the line? Oh yeah.
It was fantastic. Reminded me a little bit of Carlos Hyde, the great running back, of course, from San Francisco. Did you see his spin move in the Monday night game?
Yes.
Disgusting.
That's at the NFL level too, by the way. So not bad. 2:20 to go. Meidel, quick out, throw, caught, and that's Terry on the slot. It's Charles making his presence. 2 minutes to go here, and the clock continues to run. Second down. It'll be less than 5, about 4, they'll mark it. They are at the 15 of Spartans. Mayo hands it off. Short of the first down, but the Scarlets are okay with that if they can come back with a play quick enough here. Minute and a half to go.
And now suddenly the clock is becoming an issue. Just under 1:30 and ticking.
Ball's at the 13-yard line.
Mankato West taking their time, setting up.
Hey, it's a long sustained drive here. Meidel has a first down, looking for the end zone, but there's a flag on the play. Clock will stop. Let's see what they come. Yes, it's against the Scarlets. It's going to be an offensive penalty.
And that's a big one. Suddenly you go from a 1st and 10. And
first and goal, absolutely.
Yeah, yep. First and goal, knocking on the door line of the goal line to a long 3rd down conversion.
Well, we've seen it hurt Mayo on one drive, having that extra yardage, having to make up. Now, see if this
coming back at the Scarlets a little
yes.
bit. The penalties. It's amazing how often that penalties will just rule a football game.
So now the Scarlets 3rd down and 11. The 23. 2 wides to the left. Hit as he throws. And incomplete. And the excitement carried all the way up here to the camera.
Yeah, that was...
Burrows, the intended receiver. Again, they had the one-on-one on the inside. But that was an epic incompletion.
Wow. For all of us.
Fourth down, and now I think Coach Esch wants to try the kick. Timeout on the field. They just want to make this game longer and longer and longer. That's what my opinion is. And we're going to take a break and be back. The score 14-7 here on Digity. Time on the clock, 46 seconds here in the first half. And now Coach Esch thought about it. We're going to try to go and make the play on 4th down here and 11 from the 23-yard line. Neal's now set in the backfield. Meidel, he's going over the middle. Ball tipped and almost intercepted in the back of the end zone. And I think that's just a case of knowing your playbook and getting a little more comfortable with how that play worked. Incomplete turnover on downs.
Well, it's one of those things where when you give a coach a timeout and you give him that critical amount of time to think about it, to really find the right play, I think he'll go for it more often than not, especially in this kind of situation.
1st and 10 now for the Spartans at the 23-yard line. But the Spartans have stopped the Scarlets here on consecutive possessions. They've got to be happy about that. Another flag down.
Another direct snap keeper. For Henry, a bit of a interesting play call with 34 seconds on the clock here. They do love running.
It's a buzzkill, though, when you have a penalty against the Scarlets. Do you start taking your shots maybe downfield a little bit, at least to try and generate something here with the time remaining, or do you just sit on the ball and not try to turn it over? It's an age-old question, right, in football, 34 seconds, and a 14-7 Scarlet lead.
You know, there's always that possibility that Greg Henry breaks a big one, which I believe is what the Rochester Mayo Spartans are looking for here.
I got to spread them out. Another flag. Or timeout. Mark Esch calls timeout. Didn't like what he saw defensively. They are milking this first half for everything it's worth, it looks like. 19 seconds to go.
What do you see Mark Esch talking about to his team about during halftime, Jason?
Well, I think it's just about completing your drives. Obviously, the game plan had to change a little bit with the new quarterback and the field conditions, but it really hasn't changed too much to the point where it's an unrecognizable playbook for the Scarlets. They're still trying to do what they're doing with the slant passes and getting into the outside. It's Mayo that just has actually had to play up to that level, and I think they have played decently defensively. It could be a lot worse. It could be more than a 7-point game.
You know, I think it's more just Mayo needing to diversify their offense.
And here's Grimsrud. He goes over the middle. Kind of floated to the outside, but the Scarlets, and that's exactly probably what Coach Esch was talking about. Let's get two guys on McCarty on the outside, and we'll take our chances if he tries to go on the underneath receiving. Yep. So that one, we had time to develop that one. Absolutely. Clock running down. Excited for halftime, Aaron?
I am. I'm very excited. The wonderful people here, the Mankato West Public Relations team, brought us some popcorn, some Aquafina. Thank you to that.
Near sideline is Henry. Henry pushed near the sideline.
Trying to get out of bounds.
He did not. Clock running, 3 seconds to go. I think that's how we're going to leave it here at the end of the first half. Mankato West Scarlets, 2 touchdowns to 1 for the Spartans, 14-7. As we head to the third quarter, and we'll take a little break here on Digity Broadcasting and KTV. Back with the second half of action in just a little bit. Scarlets will kick off here in the second half to start it. Hope you enjoyed our 18 minutes of fun, funky music.
Fun and funky.
But in the future, we're going to have a little more openness to our halftime. Perhaps next week at East, we might have the homecoming. Some of their officials. Here's some room. And really returning the ball well is Quinton Chapman. Chapman had a nice punt return in the first half, and now here he goes. He's getting the Spartans on track here for the second half.
Yeah, great blocking too by the Spartans return team. Got set up, got him a pretty big hole, and pretty decent field position.
Now we'll mark it at the 37. Excuse me, the 33. Mayo, Grimsrud. starting the second half. And there is Motley. Motley to the outside. Look at him move, and the change in the play call has made the difference here for Mayo. First down.
You know, I talked about it almost too much in the first half. It was the play where the motion guy got fake the ball, and then the quarterback, whoever it ended up being, whether it would be Henry or Grimsrud, would take it usually to the opposite side. And now we see right away, hand it off to the
Ray
motion
Motley, yep.
man, and West was not ready for it.
And Motley was the guy in motion. Now he gets the carry, and it's a big one near midfield. And now Henry will reverse angles, cut across the 50 into West territory. And I think the Spartans are liking this, and Coach Holcomb as well, into the Scarlets territory.
It'd be interesting to see a fake into a pass where they throw it back to the motion guy. That's something that I would like to order up on the play calling clock if the Mayo coaching staff is paying attention.
And there he goes in motion again. Fake snap, fake handoff.
Pretty good.
And it's
pick up
Henry
about
again to the
5.
West 46.
Tackled by Peter Haley.
A 3-yard gain there. But it's 3rd and 5 now, and Mayo needs to continue to move the chains here.
3rd and 5 is always kind of a tough yardage mark because it's a long run, but at the same time it's a dangerous pass too with this.
And there's the key outside is McCarty, one-on-one on the outside, left side. And he'll throw a screen. It's complete across the 45. Not enough for the first down to the West 43. A completed pass, positive yards, but not enough. The Scarlets middle and secondary make the tackle there. 4th down, and they're going to go for it. 4th and a long 1 or 2, they'll say. In West territory on 4th down.
Crowd rising.
And there's Motley in motion. To the outside, got the first down, picks up extra yardage inside the Mankato West 35. And this time it worked for him.
Greg
Henry.
And that's good for a Rochester Mayo Spartan first down.
Showing some tough running. Breaking some tackles.
14-7 here in the 3rd quarter. At Tottenham Field, Mankato West trying to maintain that undefeated, and then also the Spartans as well. On Digi.
A little bit of a stoppage here we're seeing. Timeout.
We'll take a break. Back after this, 14-7 Scarlets. Sorry. You're like that. I think you want me to mention it.
We shall operate in production at night shift Monday through Thursday and day shift Friday through Sunday. Maintenance mechanics, all shifts, and overnight sanitation Monday through Thursday and Friday
if
through
it's
Sunday.
annual then?
Pay range, hours, and benefits depend on position and qualifications. If you aren't afraid to be messy with Sasquatch, have fun, and want to work for an organization
It's a possibility.
long-term growth and stability,
Right?
applying in person at 1829
If only we
First
think
Avenue.
of these things at halftime.
Is an equal opportunity employer.
Because I've legitimately used my body to block.
Yeah. Live again here. Jason and Aaron, well, I'm back here on Digity and KTV. Glad you could join us for all or part of this webcast. Here in Mankato, it's the Scarlets with 9:09 left, 14-7 here in the 3rd. And the Spartans are on the move, trying to pick up a touchdown here to tie it up essentially. At least get within 1 by points. So of course, as we said, that extra point was very crucial in that game Mankato East a couple weeks ago.
Could very well be a factor in this one as well.
Play action. Oh, on his feet. Grimsrud got the ball recovered. A push off, but Enigstad intercepts the ball And it's a touchback for Mankato West. And boy, the Scarlets, they got away with one there. There's clearly contact, but the Mankato West will take it at the 20.
You know, still a great play by Annexted. Either way, contact or not. Looked like the receiver a little bit there. Going up and getting the ball.
West will start at their 20. Officials say, hey, you know what? Both guys were going for the ball here. That's all it'll stand. It's 9 minutes on the clock. Scarlets now. Fake to Terry and Meidel through the center. To the 23, gain of 3. Did you just see the lovely shoulder of mine
I did, yes.
in the glare?
Showed all the viewers. The big muscly shoulder of Jason.
Crossing, Terry crossing the 30. There's a flag down. Penalty, I think, on the red guys. It is. And it's difficult when you have such a great gain to be seeing that, turning around and getting your first reaction at the flag, and you got to roll your eyes and say, well, better next time, guys.
Roll your eyes and palm your face and move on, I think.
Palm your face
Is
with the helmet on.
Yeah, absolutely. Palm the face mask, I guess you could say.
Yeah, or at least the top portion of the said helmet. 8:12 to go. Screen, Niels, 10, 15, got room 20, 25, 30. Van going to the 40, and he's down. No flags this time, and a Mankato West first down. This time Esch going with the screen pass, and it works beautifully. And really, the completions have started as low-risk completions here in the second half for West. Getting the backs involved, like we said, CJ and Van.
Yeah, good blocking, too, but downfield.
Caught Annexstad near sideline 50 into Spartan territory at the 45. Now this is looking like West's offense. Another completion.
Annexted just catching everything.
And you want to say that since the rain has kind of let up, do you think Coach Esch might have said, all right, guys, we're going to open it up a little bit?
Oh, I think that's absolutely what he said. It looks like that's what he said, maybe possibly in the second half.
Yes.
In the locker room.
Meidel, though, he looks very comfortable
at quarterback,
calling the signals here tonight. He hasn't hesitated much at all. And under pressure, throwing. One-on-one outside. Again, the officials letting the contact go, and I think rightfully so. If you're going to not throw it against Annexstad, you're not going to throw it against unless it's blatant. So, good no call there.
Something I respect about the officials, if you're not going to call it on one team, don't call it on the other team. And if you have that precedent set, stick with it.
7:20 to go. Lots of football left here. Niels takes the handoff in the draw. Has a first down, ball loose. Was the knee down? The officials are waiting to make a judgment on that. They're saying the ball's still loose. Some chicken fighting going on. From my angle, it looked like the knee was down, but we'll have to see. Spartans say go. Give it up. Scarlets have the ball. So they do officially call it a fumble. It was recovered in the bottom of the pile by Mankato West, and it'll be a first down.
And that looks like it was picked up by number 2, Carter Burrows.
But Carter coming in and saving the day once again for the Spartans, the Scarlets momentarily. And it's a first down. From the 34. Van crossing the 30. West now trying to do the wear down here offensively.
And their running game has been opening up too. It's almost as if the downfield passing success in this, even early in this second half, is really making the Spartans having to back up.
High snap, Niels. No, actually it's going to be the kid, Rob Meidel, touchdown, Mankato West.
I don't think the Spartans knew he had the ball for 10 yards
Did
downfield.
we know he had the ball? That's about as well executed a fake as you can get. Meidel looks every bit the veteran tonight. 20-7 Mankato West there. 27-yard touchdown run. You could hear me hesitate on the call there saying, oh, Van, no, it's... I couldn't believe it myself almost. Here we go. Extra point. And DeFore hits it. Scarlets 21, Spartans 7. Back on Digity after this.
Tyler DeFore to kick off for the Scarlets. Greg Henry, Quentin Chapman, and Zachary Wolf deep for the Spartans.
Scarlets pick it up 21-7 now over the Spartans on the fake, and they'll kick it away. Points off turnovers, there you go. Kickoff again near sideline, taken by Chapman. Chapman's had some good returns tonight. This time not so good as the Scarlets kick team makes the tackle around the 27. First and 10 Mayo in their own territory.
And we've been talking a lot about the play calling as far as the Rochester Mayo side goes. I really kind of need to see a diversity on this drive. They can't necessarily be running Henry every single play. We'll need a little bit more of an established passing game here.
Well, the Scarlets have done good so far keeping McCarty out as the handoff to Henry. Cuts across the 25 to the 30.
But then it's one of those things where, if handing it to Greg Henry is what got you here, that's what they're thinking that is going to get them back. 14 points down, 5 minutes and 54 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Grimsrud setting up in the strange pistol set. Takes the snap. Handoff. Henry. Around the corner.
Flag.
Pulled out of bounds.
Nice work on the play-by-play there. Excellent. You just took over and
Yeah, threw it on.
And that's going to go against the Mayo Spartans.
And man, we just keep talking about it. These penalties. That was a great play. It was absolutely fantastic, but
10 yards back.
All the way back. Forget it ever happened.
And I think those have been drive killers for the Spartans tonight. Had one down in the first half. In West Territory, penalty, drive stalls after that.
And you talked a lot earlier about the dynamics of a down and suddenly going from a short third or a first down into 2nd and 21. It's a strange situation.
And here's a lot of time in the pocket. Throw over the middle, almost complete at the 40-yard line.
To two different receivers as well.
through one. Well, if you're not going to hit one, hit the other. McCarty was out there as well. I think an ankle or something down as the underneath man, yes, was
Cooper Rawmaker.
He's getting up, though, and they'll get it back here. And then Coach Esch, he was down at the 40 as well. He was the only Scarlet nearby. Really, that's what it looked like.
It's
but he's a little bit far off, right?
Nothing against Coach Esch and his ability to cover Cooper Rawmaker, but he's probably not the Spartan that they want down there.
Probably not. But incomplete, 5:31 to go, 21-7.
Setting up here with Greg Henry as the direct snap. We'll see if we see that quarterback sweep that we've been seeing over and over. And there it is again.
Sweep to the outside. And they go to Ray Motley. And Ray, not much room there. And the Scarlet quarterbacks and outside linebackers make the stop. 4th down.
Do you think they have a pass play out of that set? I would be curious with Greg Henry. Because, if he could throw the ball down the field at all, that would...
I
fantastic.
don't know if there's too much. Here's the punt by Remaker. And running up on it, Carter Burrows decided to take a few steps with the ball. There was a Mayo defender right there.
Zachary Wolf.
He was able to control the ball and get to the 43.
And, the tackle there by number 15, Zachary Wolf, actually listed as the running back. Showing some excellent tackling skills as well on special teams.
Well, you just never know what part of the game you're going to play.
Especially in high school, yeah. It's really very demanding of playing offense, defense, and special teams.
At the Mayo 43, Mayo bounces off a couple defenders, and you talked about the toughness and taking hits because of Mayo switching around, playing tight end.
He looked like a linebacker there.
Yep.
Running over Ray Motley, who actually got fantastic penetration on that play, but just didn't have anyone following it up to stop the
And I was just thinking this thought. Football is so familiar to us here in this country, just at high school level up. A lot of the stuff we says is like, most people probably understand that, but to verbalize it, it just helps you get a little more depth to the game and to just kind of visualize things. And that's kind of what we've been going with here tonight. And oftentimes there's a penalty flag down. This is going against Mankato West. But oftentimes, we did volleyball, and the experience there is a lot different. But again, people are so familiar with certain sports, you almost expect the announcers to say, "Oh, yep, this is what happened there." But then again, there's some people out there that maybe haven't followed football and don't know the intricacies of the game, and that's kind of where my point was going. So you always go back to those basics and those fundamentals when you're observing. Meidel, deep drop, looking to the left side, has a man. It is off the fingertips, incomplete. Off about 4 fingertips from both the Mayo defense and the Scarlets, and he was going for
Zach.
Yes, Hunter Freerichs there on the left side. Sololich is getting a lot of action there on the outside for Mayo. It's 21-7. Now it's third down and deep.
He's been all over the field. I've been pretty impressed by his play.
Scarlets have had a tough penalty here and another flag down. Wow.
Messy.
This is not...
Messy.
Yes. Tacking another 5 for West, or against West. Nope, for West here, against the Spartans.
West leads 21-7.
Well, now they're in the 45 area and getting closer to that first down again. Do you foresee a slot pass, or do you see Van again? We'll see.
Something involving...
Nope, they're going to pass to the outside. And he gets Frericks involved here, first down.
I was going to say something involving Robert Meidel. Because I go out on a limb to give the commentary that people want.
Well, that's what we were talking about. That's why I went off on that disjointed rejoinder there. But it was all right. Because yes, there a lot of people
it's a complicated
know the game.
It is a very complicated game, and it's something we forget.
Oh, Maito losing the snap, gets back, recovers, throws, and it's a little slick now. That one had a little more oil on it.
Speaking of complicated, sometimes the snap just not quite.
As they say, like in a relationship, it's complicated. That play, it was complicated.
It was.
Right?
It was. Many relationship I've had, I've bobbled a few snaps.
Or outkicked your coverage, as they say. Right.
Overran my angle of pursuit.
Timeout on the field. Score 21-7. We have 3:53 left here in the third quarter. Back after this on Digity and KTV. Jason Aaron back here as we have still a second and 10 here for the Scarlets. Should we try to get a game in Winona one of these times, either basketball or?
Ugh.
That would be quite the interesting.
Oh.
And off to the outside goes Van Niels. He's pulling, he got away to the 5. And he's out of bounds at the 4. But man, what the effort by Van Niels.
Man,
I twisted us around up here.
I almost saw a Forrest Gump type play where he was just going to keep on running all the way across the country. Van Niels just bullying his way, dragging the team on his back and in his van.
4-yard line is where they mark him out of bounds, but he kept going. Just wanted to make the official make the call here. It's now Meidel. Everybody going left. Meidel to the end zone. He's across the goal line. Touchdown, Mankato Scarlets. And I think opening up the playbook has been the key here in that drive. It's now 27-7. 3:37 to go.
Yeah, Rochester Mayo not feeling a lot of energy coming from their sideline or their team. They've been a bit deflated this second half.
The 4 extra point. Good. 28-7 as the Scarlets now on the Spartans. Timeout. Back after this.
Tyler DeFore to kick off for the Scarlets. Quentin Chapman.
Back to football. What everyone wants to see anyway. Tyler DeFore with the kickoff.
Again, here we go. Interesting return chance here. Chapman again takes it, works his way outside, but doesn't get past the 25. He's about at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Spartans.
And you really get the feeling, Jason, this has to be the drive that the Spartans show a pulse, because it has been all Mankato West throughout the second half.
And scoring. Getting 2 touchdowns, had the interception. Mayo had to start their drive in the second half here, got the kickoff, and just couldn't complete that task. First play out of the gate, and Jakes with the tackle. And didn't get Henry much room to operate there. Loss of 4.
Nobody was faked out on that play.
Charlie Schwartz.
Just in the backfield.
And Peter Haley on the tackle for the Scarlets.
That'll be 2nd and long, and again, you're stretching that playbook out. West again showing blitz. Here comes Schwartz, complete to the near side, sliding down at the 29-yard line. Clock moves, but they did get a completion to Morris. And again, if you're Rochester Mayo, you just want those positive yards just to keep the drive going. Now they run the pistol, the fake. Now Grimsrud going to the pass. Not there. 4th down.
And we did just hear word around the press box that Mankato East is up 22-12 late in the third quarter at Rochester Century.
Another action from Rochester at the end of the third quarter.
So now a 4th down for the Spartans here as they'll sign up to
Raymaker in punt formation.
Raymaker the kick. 2 men back for the Scarlets here.
Deep for the Scarlets.
And the punt is good. Enough time for the Spartans to get down. There's some contact as a couple Spartans run into the receiver Enixted, but they'll take it at the 40-yard line. Punt there. Scarlets will start at the 40.
And, you know, we talked a lot in the pregame about the pressure of Rochester Mayo, and that's something we haven't seen at all. Almost non-existent throughout this game. Given West hasn't given them a lot of a chance to rush the QB, but I don't think we've seen a sack yet, have we?
No, there's just been Meidel's been getting rid of the ball just in time. And now they're pointing up to the press box here.
5 minutes left in the game.
The officials are stopping gameplay here. And the coach.
Play clock off. Not run it. Don't run the play clock.
Got it. We're trying.
Okay, you heard that? Some logistics stuff. Play clock is dead. So the officials have to keep time on the field now, which is what they do anyway, but the play clock is just supplementary. Because a lot of these high school fields, of course, they don't have a play clock, so you're not privy to that anyway. So
makes it a little bit tough on the quarterbacks.
Got to keep the clock in your head now. Handoff Niels, across the 45 to the 46.
Not like Robert Meidels had any problem with the play clock or any other.
He's looked really sharp.
The quarterback
he has.
Yeah,
Yep.
you'd think his.
Yeah, the opening drive, a little bit rattled, but that is getting used to the Mayo pressure, and it's really when you take a bigger lead like this, obviously the pressure is going to be neutralized because you have to play catch up, and you can't take as many chances. Niels, nice stop there by the Spartans up front. And Mayo is not missing tackles at all. They're not getting tired. It's just one or two more big plays by the Scarlets have been putting it around here. Minute to go here in the third. Third down at the 48, excuse me. Scarlets looking to convert here. Meidel does convert. First down into Mayo territory. Move the chain, stop the clock, all that.
Tackle and play by number 1, Ray Motley, and that's a Mankato West.
You know, we were talking a little bit about dirty jerseys earlier, and you know what's one player that John Madden would love, and that's Ray Motley. He's been all over the place on offense and defense. He's maybe the dirtiest guy out there, but it's really good to see.
Dirty in a hardworking,
fantastic,
heads-up kind of way, right?
Yep.
And there's Van, nice spin move, tried to get out, couldn't do it. Nice tackle there.
There he is again, Ray Motley, all over the place. But
Chickamauga on the tackle.
Head up to the sidelines. Clock running down here in the third. Scarlets say we'll take it into the fourth, and we will. After 3, 28-7, Mankato West over Mayo of Rochester. Back in 60 seconds.
The third quarter has been brought to you by Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Applebee's. Applebee's will be sponsoring a Mankato West Star of the Week. Stop by the restaurant on Monday night to see who this week's Player of the Week is. Also remember, Applebee's has half-price appetizers from 9 p.m. to close every night. Come up after the game. Thank you, Applebee's.
I didn't say that night. I was making a point.
You said yes, and that's what they did. They treated materialistic. That sounds like a point to me.
No, the point is that today I make a time.
Starting the fourth quarter here. Snap to Meidel. Rob has room, 40, 35, first down Scarlets. And just watching Rob get up from that hit, he had the body language of, let's keep bringing it on. He wants more contact. He wants to stay out there.
yeah, Quentin Chapman actually had a number 8 for Rochester Mayo, had a pretty good hit on him. And then both players got up, exchanged a high five, a mutual sign of respect. Good hit, good run, man. It's really good to see, honestly.
So the Scarlets now. Quick out, caught by Burrows, makes a move on the left side to the 31. And Mark Esch is going to keep the ball in the air now that they can, because he does obviously want Meidel to work on stuff, because you don't know how long Zach is really, things take time to heal, and you might think you're ready one day, and then the next day it goes. And so Meidel has to have some more snaps under him. I think that's what Marquette is thinking here, even into the fourth quarter here. 11 minutes to go as we clock down. Meidel has plenty of time. One-on-one left side. Dale. Jake on the outside. 6'3", so definitely you can toss to him. Plays basketball here at West, and really has, in that regard, has really matured as a player.
Yeah,
and
he
now
really
trying to
got
do it
up.
on the football field.
He got up and attacked the ball at its highest point. Just wasn't quite able to gain possession and come down with it.
Third down for the Scarlets here in the fourth. One set out to the right. Terry in motion, give to CJ. 30, head fake, 20, corner, 10, 5. He's in, touchdown, Mankato West. Charles Terry with the touchdown. And the Scarlets have jumped over the 30-yard or 30-point mark.
Impressive speed on that play by Terry. Wow. We haven't seen him. I mean, is that his first carry tonight? I wouldn't be surprised.
If it
was.
I think it might be only his second, if that. The other attempts have been receptions for Terry. So,
and that's been just an excellent display of speed outside. Because at first it looked like he was getting collapsed on, then he just ran right through everything.
And then a couple fakes here. Here's the extra point. It's up and good for Mankato West, 35-7.
I mean, that shows you how deep West can go, too. To have a guy like Terry with that kind of speed and athleticism being, pretty low on the initial starting depth chart. It's a nice thing to have.
And you look for development of players throughout a season. Now we're 5 games in, and think about it. The season started 2 weeks early, and you're already, the West District, or the Mankato District, gets in school only 2 weeks now. So a lot of this was uncharted territory. Usually you get started right around the time school starts. It's just players have had to adjust, get out of that summer mode a lot quicker. And I think for some players, we've been at this now for several weeks. We're in week 5, 7 weeks of practice. You should be getting to that sharpness point. We've seen a lot of penalties today, but I think that a lot of that has to do with the field and just unfamiliarity with some key elements. It's not too bad, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's good to see that the snaps are improving as the weather it's better and it dries out, because I don't think we've seen one bad snap yet in the second half, which is a great credit to the center quarterback.
Oh, good return here, all the way out to midfield. Is that Chapman again?
Malik returns the kick.
No, Malik.
Tackle on the play by number 5, Charlie Schwartz.
Just a sophomore on this Rochester Mayo squad. Yeah, real good return game so far by...
Is that your car?
The Spartans. Oh, gosh, I hope not.
Get the natural sound there. Somebody's car alarm was going off. It's 10:34 here. Ball on the 48 for Mayo. Good position here. They need to get something going here just to... And the West defense.
Oh, my.
Throws. It's caught scrambling near the 10-yard line. That was about as disjointed a play as I've ever seen. There were 3 or 4 different scrums, almost rugby-like in appearance, and Mayo was able to complete it and get down to the 11.
I think what we just saw could be called a reverse pass. But I have a feeling that's not how they drew it up.
I really was speechless there because
it ended up great. I mean,
it ended up fantastic.
Take it, yeah.
And now Henry going to take the snap. He lost control, has to recover. and somehow gets past the line of scrimmage. Still on the move. Schwartz takes him down inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line. Again, another fortunate bounce, so to speak, for Mayo.
Yeah.
Maybe they should do this every play. They seem to be more successful right now. Not to take anything away from their scripted plays, but when it becomes unscripted, it seems to be working for them.
Yeah, the improvisation.
Improv team.
Fantastic.
All kidding aside. In the fake, and Henry, nice tough run, taking a couple Scarlet defenders into the end zone, and a touchdown for the Spartans. They got to like this.
Not a lot of time to start talking comeback, though. About 9:17 left in the fourth quarter. An impressive drive, you could call that.
I think it's more impressive drive than if we were in a 14-7 game, because it shows how as the kick is up and good. But it shows how Rochester Mayo is continuing to fight for every yard they get. And that's execution on the coaching side and execution, of course, as we saw on the drive here. And that's a credit to them. And, we were joking about how the mistakes were benefiting them. But really, to overcome those things anyway, just to have that is very important and a very good skill to have at the high school level. 28-14.
Also, a little bit of a nod to the play calling there. The rip on the reverse pass ended up well. I love the play calling.
So 48-yard drive, 9:17 to go. Got an update on the Mankato East score at Century. They pretty much have it in hand, hopefully. But we said that against Northfield, and what happened? 29-12. So hopefully the Cougars will finish off here. But here at Tottenham Field, short kick covered by Mankato West near the 50-yard line. Interesting thought process there.
Returns the kick.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not the coach. I'm not going to make that thing. But you give the way the Scarlets have been playing in this half, you only give them half the field to work with.
Well, I mean,
I guess you have to make up those yards either way. If you're Mayo, you got to kick it short. But
it's one of those things where it wasn't a full commitment to an onside kick. It was kind of a squib.
Well, you're expecting.
And we're
right.
Commentator Kurtz, right after we, praise the Mankato West long snaps, we see a bobble for a loss of yardage. Second down now. 13 to go.
Here's the thing, though. If the Scarlets are going to be crafty, they're going to try to keep. Yeah, of course, you want to get a first down, but you also want to keep the clock moving. So maybe there's a little bit of, okay, guys, if you see the first down marker, go for it. But if you're not, fall short. Let the clock run a little bit. Nail's just going to keep running. Takes a tackle to the 46. Right, because in high school football, the clock will stop at the first down exchange. I'm not saying if you don't have it open, don't take it. But if you're close,
second,
especially a two-score game, I mean, that's crucial here. Three-score game, really, it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. But there's a glimmer still for the Spartans. Nice hit. I don't think that's what he meant, though, by stopping short of the first down. Not the way they wanted it there. Fourth down coming up, 49-yard line. Interesting choice here for Coach Esch. Dead ball.
Yeah, great penetration there by Zachary Wolf. Defensive back on the blitz.
Motley having trouble getting off the field. He'll take a rest. And Caleb Maris, who's had a few receptions in. Clock running again, 28-14. 7:36 mark. Interesting, West going for it here. Inside Spartan territory, throw over the middle. One-handed grab by Terry, pulls it in. First down, Scarlets. As defended well as you can. Sometimes it's your night. 37-yard line, first down.
Why haven't we been calling this guy's name more? It's fantastic. That was the best catch I think I've seen all night. Probably all day as well. There's
I called him Odell Terry Jr., right?
I mean, we've seen this guy in 2 or 3 plays, and they've all been absolutely fantastic. I'm surprised we're not seeing his name called more. But, of course, this West offense packed with talent, one of those being.
And there's Niels, breaks away from a jersey pull, and he's down the sideline on his horse. And he's inside the 10. First down, Scarlets to the 8-yard line.
The fat lady may be singing for the Rochester Mayo Spartans right now. Backs to the wall. Mankato West down to the 8-yard line. First down, 4 downs to get it into the end zone.
Don't ever let me question that on the 4th down call.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking, well, maybe you just do punt it here just to throw them a little bit back further. But Terry makes a great catch. We're not even talking about that anymore. Niels sweeping, still sweeping, stretching it out. And in. Touchdown, Mankato West. Ran laterally about 30 yards for a gain of 8. So we'll call it a 38-yard gain.
That sounds about right to me, Jason.
8-yard touchdown
by Van, not giving up, using the entire field.
And the response by the West Scarlets. You know, you have a 2-score game, now it's back to 3 and 6:42 to go. But the Scarlets are scoring rather quickly here also in the second half. And you alluded to that earlier.
Penalty flags.
Okay, we'll see what that is. Did you see the Scarlet coaching staff
heading out of the press box?
What do you think that means? Is there something to that, perhaps?
I'm thinking they're not too worried about this game ending in anything but a Scarlet's victory. The score being 41-14, losing a little bit of hope for the Rochester Mayo Spartans.
Up and good by DeFore. 41-14 here in the 4th quarter. I'll update our score there. Whoops. But I always talk about in sports, you have the 2-goal game and the three-goal game, or in hockey. 2 goals is dangerous. You get that 3rd goal, there's a little bit more urgency from the team that has to catch up to it. Same with football, 2-score game, 3-score game. 2-score game, there's always a chance, especially, you know, in the first or second half. You get to the second half, 2 scores a little bit out of range, and then finally you get that 3rd score. Even if you get a touchdown, as Mayo did, still awfully tough.
Yeah, it's just too much. When the whole scenario of the score, onside kick, recover, touchdown, when even that isn't winning you the game, it's really tough seeing a scenario where you're coming back.
6:42 left.
Not impossible.
No way.
No way, not impossible. But very difficult.
And we keep talking about that Northfield East game because it was. I mean, the 4th quarter, East had that as wrapped up as you could. Somehow, 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter get
Squibbed up
North
the middle.
field.
Picked up. Hit stopped. Around the 35. Some good running, some good return there by, let's see, who was that?
That kick returned by number 21.
Number 21.
Winona beat Northfield 22-21.
Tackle on the play by number 8.
Dane Mortimer on the return. Very strong return up to the almost right behind the 35. Rochester Mayo, Spartans.
They must have won it right at the end.
36-yard line, they officially mark it.
Let's get the clock moving.
Shotgun formation, Grimsrud. Throws incomplete. Just a flat pass there. Very beginning of the game, Grimsrud looked really sharp. And he had McCarty for a touchdown. First score of the game. And then a couple other opportunities to McCarty. Have we even heard McCarty here in the second half? Mitch
think
has
so.
been
I don't
covered.
even know if he's gotten a target.
You starting the clock in there?
Pistols formation. There he goes to the outside, overthrown. So a couple overthrows.
Intended for Mitchell McCarty falls in.
And there's McCarty now the target.
And it's one of those things, Jason, where you're in this position, you're really hoping for some more shenanigans. At least I am from Rochester Mayo. Maybe a double reverse pass.
Sometimes you got to
run
go for
option,
it. Absolutely.
Something crazy, a hook and ladder type situation. Maybe a real Statue of Liberty.
We did see that.
We saw
Grand Road
earlier.
where the quarterback was the statue. Throw. Oh, nicely thrown ball. And it is McCarty there at the West 45, first down. And now we're looking at, that was a great toss.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
You can see the potential that this, and the execution that these guys have had in the past with that completion there.
Oh, yeah, a lot of talent. A ton of talent on this squad. I think they got out of rhythm.
It's about rhythm, as Denny Green would say. Good old Denny, right?
And, they might be finding this late in the fourth quarter here, but just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough.
Hand off. Nice break of the tackle there by Henry, then pushed back by the Scarlet defense. Maybe a half a yard gain, maybe not. They'll mark it 0 on the gain. Second down.
We had a lot of Mankato West defenders there for the stop, including Jack Klingley.
And we'll see probably a few more of the reserves getting a chance here with the score. 41-14. Pressure, sack. Scarlets just a little too quick there. Pressure broke down, and they sent the house. Back into Mayo Spartans territory.
And that was number 56, Zachary Jakes, on the sack. But it is a big deal though, getting those reserves in, getting some game time experience. It means a lot to the development of your young squad. And
here we go, pistol formation. Another blitz and another sack by Mankato West here. Schwartz this time coming in. Oh no, Peter actually. Was that number 8? Excuse me, Peter Haley. And it'll be fourth down, a punt coming up here.
some surprise blitz packages. I don't know if that's something that Rochester Mayo hasn't been seeing too much, but it was very effective. Great fielding.
Ramaker sends it to Annexstad, who runs it to the outside. And for the briefest moment, I think he thought he had some room. And I saw the competitiveness of Annexstad there.
I don't know if you saw the long snap, but it actually bounced off the ground. And Rochester Mayo
Don't have that replay, but
Jake McCabe was able to actually field it and get a pretty good punt off. A bit of a
4:07 here.
What if that was something, Jason? A drop punt? I'm sure you've heard of a drop kick before. It's worth a few more points.
And now Zach Frankie in at quarterback. So a well-deserved rest for Meidel. Ball loose. Frankie's going to have to sit on it. Still on the ground. It's still on the ground. Mayo gets the ball.
Woof.
Back at the 27. Not the best start for Frankie there and the Scarlets. But a change in possession here, and Mayo will take it. And that's how Mayo has been getting their opportunities, just on these quirky plays from both sides and taking advantage. But it's just the fact that West has had enough of those big plays to really counteract this. Otherwise, we are looking at a different game. So Frankie, fortunate start for him, and now the Spartans will get the ball. 1st and 10, 41-14.
Yeah, he realizes getting the snap isn't quite as easy as it seems.
Sliding down, yeah, slick is the right word for Henry, but he remains 2nd and 7 at the 29. 3:43 to go.
Scarlets 41, Spartans 14. Spartans looking for a late score in the 4th quarter.
Close set here, and they send a man to the outside. Again, a pistol and then a switch on the right. Protection. Throws, and receiver slipped. On the outside, it was intended for his receiver, number 14, Malik. Franklin Malik. So Malik getting some opportunities offensively for Mayo. Incomplete pass, though. And I'm just seeing this part of the field must be a little more slick than others, because I've seen a fewer three, four guys down on their luck.
Yeah, it's inconsistent. It's very inconsistent.
Grimsrud now from shotgun. Has room. Looking to the corner. One-on-one. Knocked away, incomplete. So the Scarlets, Annexstad knocking the ball away there in the corner.
Real good coverage by Annexstad there. Sticking tight to Mitchell.
And I think maybe Coach Esch is like, okay, well, we have confidence in you, Brock, to go one-on-one against McCarty there, and he proved it. 3:10 to go still. And Mayo looking to set up things here. As a sophomore gets to the outside, Malik. And the toss, incomplete over the middle. And it's a turnover on downs.
The Scarlets will take over on downs.
Scarlets take over on downs. Will this be the final possession of the game?
Final from Rochester, Century 12, Mankato East 29.
This just in. An update from Rochester. Mankato East did end up taking that bout, 29-12.
So we'll see if they can get the snap here corrected.
Penalty flag.
Oh, sure.
Penalty flag.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those tonight, don't you think?
One or two.
One or two, maybe?
Maybe. And Frankie just wants a play. That's all he wants.
He just wants that
man.
play, yeah.
He handled the snap well. It was a bit high. He fielded it, was ready to go, and
did they
ended up
switch
being a
the
false
center
start.
as well? The exchange here.
Game's over. Yeah. I thought I saw him circle his arms. I'm sure I did.
And a rush there, trying to pick up that yardage initially lost on the penalty. Back to the 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, Zach Frankie getting a successful playoff, which is always pretty good.
I think I saw him say take 2 minutes off the clock. I'm not sure what he meant by that, but just go ahead.
Now the Scarlets looking to spread it out here.
And you wonder if Frankie's going to get a pass play here.
Looking for the play on the sideline, as you see. Frankie getting some work in, takes the snap, the draw, and a little takedown in the backfield. Good job by Mayo.
Lucas Pfeiffer, the ball carrier for the
And that's Lucas Pfeiffer, his first carry. Not to be confused with Paul Pfeiffer from the Wonder Years. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I don't know. Would high school age people remember that show as much?
See, I'm horribly sorry, Jason. I don't really remember that show, and I've been out of high school a good.
Oh, high
time.
snap! Frankie's gonna have to dive it back down.
Not something you want to see.
The thing for West though is it keeps the clock going, and for probably most people involved. But unfortunately, some difficult exchanges here for the Scarlets in this drive.
Yeah, you really got to say Mankato West is not handling these busted plays with the grace that Rochester Mayo has been handling them.
This would only be the second punt, I think, for West in the game. I think I don't think Coach Esch is going to go for it here. I'm really going to go on a limb and say that. They're down. It's 4th and 32 at their own 8. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I think maybe Coach Esch will talk about it. Should we go for it here?
Does he
on
believe?
4th and 8. Does he believe? Does he have the faith to pull it off? We'll take a break on Digi.
Guess what? I was going to take it out of the thing is, he's a freshman. He has nothing to steal.
Well, what's the play call?
I've always thought of Mark as, aggressive, yes, but ethical, yes, as well. So
you're thinking punt, and that's what they're lining up to do.
Zach Frankie on the punt for the Scarlets.
Frankie will punt, and he does. He gets a pretty good shot off. Bouncing near the 45, and now it's loose. And actually a pretty decent spot for the West Scarlets.
Yeah, Zach Frankie getting in on a lot of different plays here. Getting a whole bunch of game experience. Fantastic for him.
Well, we'll take a look forward here for the Scarlets and the Spartans here in just a second.
Frankie just a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Or a freshman, I'm sorry. Freshman.
Mayo starting inside West territory. West going to Red Wing next week. Whenever you go on the roll and the ball's loose, down on the floor here. 35 seconds. And we'll take a look at East as we'll have the homecoming game next week at East. It'll be East against Austin. And East picking up a big win on the road. So,
yeah, tune in. I believe
both Mankato teams doing fantastic once again this year. And
yeah,
we'll check it out.
Austin had a pretty tough game against West last week, I believe. We'll see how it goes for homecoming. Crowd rising as the clock runs out, and that is it, guys. It's in the books. Mankato West 42, Rochester East, or Rochester Mayo, I'm sorry, 14, as the teams go to do the ceremonial handshake.
We'll take a break and wrap it up here. Final score from Tottenham Field right after this.
Thank you for attending tonight's game. The Scarlets are in action next Friday night as they travel to Red Wing.